My life's like a soundtrack. I wrote to the beat. My life's like a soundtrack. I wrote to the beat.
Some part, but I had the great opportunity to come up here and spend some time, have breakfast, and meet this wonderful man again, because we've known each other and seen each other a couple of times. This is Jeff Pender, and he runs this beautiful establishment for breakfast and lunch too, right?
No, we close at noon.
No lunch.
No lunch.
Just
breakfast.
Just breakfast.
It's easy.
But it's delicious. Jeff, how long have you been in Oklahoma?
I've been here 5 years. I was actually 3 weeks away from moving to Las Vegas, back to Las Vegas, and I decided, because Facebook told me, congratulations, Oklahoma, on passing medical marijuana, I decided to read the law and see how it was. Mm-hmm. And then I noticed it was quite cheaper up here to live, and I decided to come here.
Oh, wow. So the economy and the fact that marijuana became legal, that moved you up here. Were you already a grower?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I had lived in California a few years, and we also did our thing on the side in Texas, but there it's illegal. So I chose to go to the legal market.
Absolutely. So you went from legacy to legal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's amazing. That's a personal choice. I mean, a lot of people saw this state become legal and they still didn't make the transition. What made you want to go from legacy to legal?
Well, unfortunately, Thunder Walker now, 5 years in, there's a fine line between legacy and legal.
Okay.
Because the state is making it that way. Mm-hmm. They're changing regulations on us every day, causing us to have COOs 5 years in that we did not need in the first place, which a COO is a certificate of occupancy. Mm-hmm. So with them leaving licenses in limbo for 6 to 8 months at a time, that's risking us going to jail, losing our licenses. I just had to relinquish 2 licenses because non-use. Mm-hmm. The reason I had non-use was because of the certificate of occupancy. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden I needed it, and I didn't need it prior to this.
So you feel as if, and I can understand how you feel this way, some of the small things that they consider small, as far as paperwork and legislation, is an encumbrance of being able to be a small business owner, right? Yeah. In the cannabis space. Mm-hmm. The whole purpose of you moving here.
Yep.
So you said you relinquished 2 licenses. Were they both grows or were they processing, dispensary type of license?
It was a grow and processing. I'm on the verge of losing my other processing and my dispensary right now.
Really?
Yeah.
And the reason why is the new laws or something else?
I'm having to catch up on the fire marshal status for the certificate of occupancy. Mm-hmm. And before being out of the city limits, we could do our own build outs, everything. Now we have to have signatures from electricians, from building people, the building permits, all backdated. And that's hard to do.
It's hard to get someone that wants to backdate some paperwork.
Yeah, right.
I mean, why would they?
Right.
Oh my God. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy. And so you're trying to keep these 2 licenses, right?
3 right now.
3.
I have my grow, my processing, and my dispensary license, and I'm trying to get my dispensary built out right now. I'm trying to find a location.
Are these profitable businesses that you feel comfortable that if this wasn't here, you would be able to make it?
Yes. Yes. I created a good network here in Oklahoma, and I really put myself out there the first 5 years. Mm-hmm. And so I do believe that I have a following. Mm-hmm. I know most of the people in the industry here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think I'd be profitable.
Absolutely. So what makes your brand, and what's the name of your store?
Jeff's Exotic is my brand, but our grow and our store is going to be Hollywood Buds.
Hollywood Buds. I like that. I really, really do. And I like Jeff Exotics. This town, this state, it is about really building those relationships that you put 5 years into. You can't measure that any other way. You really, really can't. People know each other and they do business with people that they like to do business with. Me being here for this short amount of time, 3 years, I learned that very quickly that that's the way that you balance out your relationships with people.
It was like college, to be honest with you. I had to get in there. I had to learn. I had to network. It was like a college experience for me.
Oh, wow. Wow. So let's say that you are able to push through these issues. And I'm not sure if you hired an attorney, an accountant, who you hire, but let's see if we're able to push through these issues. What would be your next step? How can legislators help you right now?
If they allowed open sales at events, straight from the grower to the people, straight from the processor to the people, that would really help the 3,500 businesses that are left out of the 8,000. And really, we need it right now. The small business here is hard, but we make it. If you put the money in and the time and the effort, you'll make it.
So if you were able to get that, that would help not only you, but other people also, correct?
Oh yeah, every business in the state. And I'm not saying that give it to us for free. We'll pay a permit fee every time we have to do it. It doesn't matter. Like at the Cowboy Cup that's coming up, if we could openly sell to the patient right there at the event, don't you think that'd help every business?
I do. And it would be free trade. It would give people choices in their world.
And it's messed up because I'm scared to say that publicly.
Well, I can understand that, but it's necessary.
It is. It is. And that's the only reason I actually said it now. Because I did it for 25 years. I'm fine. I'm in the legal market. I am ready to move forward. But if I don't catch traction, I'm not going to.
So, what does it look like to have a sustainable business in Oklahoma? Medical marijuana. Medical medicine marijuana. What does it look like to have a sustainable business for a small business? I mean, I want people to understand that this is not the quickest way to get rich. So what is that?
Fully vertical, grow your own, process your own, and sell your own.
Right, but what do those dollars look like?
I can't tell you that because I don't know. Because I haven't made it there yet.
What would you like for it to look like?
If I could support my family and pass it on to my kid, it wouldn't matter.
$100,000.
$100,000 a year.
So $100,000 a year being vertically integrated. What type of tax money does that look like for our state? How can you doing what you love in a legal market help the people out there that?
Well, if they actually used our tax money for what it's for, schools and for the roads. But look at our roads. We have the third worst roads in America. Third. It's horrible. And how much taxes did we get last year? 56 million or something like that? Are you kidding me? Where'd that money go? It didn't go to the right places.
And that's why we call this a smoke currency tour, because we do want to ask those questions. Where does the money go?
Right.
We want to ask those questions about social currency and how people are affected also. And that's why I was asking, if everything worked out right, what would that mean to you and your family? So
it would actually mean financial freedom.
Which is what America.
Something I've never had.
Yeah, and that's something that America promises.
Right.
If you're willing to work
Right.
for it.
Right.
Cool. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of other things before we finish up the conversation, because I think moving ahead and having clear direction. Is there something, if legislation says no, the legislator says no, is there something that the independent business person can do as a group to help with what's going on?
Yeah, speak to their legislators, call them, email them, write them, everything. Blow them up. Just be respectful. They want to hear from their constituents. And I don't know about here, but in Texas, one voice is worth, one call to your legislator is worth 200 voices in the district.
Correct.
So if it's the same here, which it should be, you could help change. You could be that change.
Let me ask you this about Oklahoma. Do you think Oklahoma, as far as the people that live here, want it to succeed?
Yes.
They want medical
Yep.
marijuana.
Yep. Biggest majority of our voters were senior citizens.
Okay. So this has been an interesting conversation. I want to ask you something very, very light. How does your cannabis help people that you know? What's the biggest selling point? Because it's medicinal. So what have you seen out there that you can say, my cannabis did this or played a part in it?
You know Steve Miller. He used to have essential chunks. Okay. Before he found his medicine, he told me this is the only thing that would calm him down enough to my Canagar. I roll a full cannabis cigar. Yes, it's a lot for someone to intake, but he had to intake a lot to get to where he needed to be so he wouldn't shake.
Right.
So that's one thing. RSO, Rick Simpson oil. I believe in giving it away for free. That definitely impacts tons of cancer patients. Not only cancer patients, though. Helps with stress, anxiety. It definitely puts you to sleep. I started the Oklahoma RSO Association the first year here in the state. Me and a woman named Serena Weed, we had one of the processors that sponsored us, and they would give us all the RSO to give away. They aren't in the state anymore.
I totally get it. I do. So tell me, if people were looking for you to help you with your cause, to actually visit you and want to purchase your cannabis, how would they find you?
My products will be back on the shelves again here in the next 3 months. You can find them at Trail Remedies. You'll be able to find them at Hollywood Buds. Trail Remedies is in Lawton, Oklahoma. Look them up on Weed Maps. You can look them up on Google. But I would suggest, if you want my product, if you want to see my product, start calling your dispensaries, guys, and tell them that you want that product. That's the best way to get my product out on the shelves right now.
And what are your products you have?
I make Cannagars. I make hand-rolled joints, hand-rolled blunts. I'm gonna start doing custom orders. So you'll be able to go to your local dispensary, tell them that you want 5 custom rolled joints, and they'll be delivered.
That is so cool. There's nothing like having something.
No, I don't think anyone's doing that yet.
No, I don't think so. I think that's why I think it's so cool. How do they find you?
Jeff's Exotic, JEFFS _ exotic on Instagram.
Awesome. What's your favorite strain to work with?
I hate saying this, but I really like form coated cookies, not burnt cookies. I like form coated cookies. It's very good. It's got a burnt rubber back taste to it. I love it.
Cool.
It helps me.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time. This is Jeff Piper. Jeff Pender with Hollywood Buzz. Thank you.
I got you.
That was cool.